give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
But even enough, we know it. That the whole fucking world is fucked. Even your blood and the pigs have a net. But I'm very bad to run. But then I am running, sick and it's bad. They ain't sound like books. Singing and shouting, we know about it.
I joined in, man.
That's alright, I just got to join in. Hello! Fuel for My Fire podcast, episode 20? 22. As you may be able to, as you can hear, listeners and see viewers, Tom is not here, so you have another rare...
Boo Tom.
Boo Tom.
Boo.
Had he be on holiday, dickhead. You have another beautiful Mateo is suddenly in charge of the podcast episode, which you know what that means from the last time this happened. It's going to not be as organised as when Tom is here. Anyway, I'm very blessed, as usual, to be joined obviously by Danny, our producer behind the camera. Jen's here. And we have two members of Pizzatramp. We have Jim, we have Lewis.
Hi.
Hey, it's really nice to see you guys. How are you doing today?
Very good. Terrified because I don't know how to do this. So
I tell you what, it's pretty, like, Tom makes it all out. Like, he has all these lists and he does all these things and he has all these notes and stuff. Personally, you know, just imagine that I've just come and stood next to you at a bar in a pub. We both had about 5-6 pints.
Right.
And then that kind of conversation starts to happen. It's normally what it is. But honestly, like, really glad to have you guys here. Obviously, you guys have been, you know, doing a lot recently, and you've just released new music and everything, and you know, we're really excited to talk to you guys about it. So, yeah, I mean, like, in general, like, how is everyone? Like, how you been, Jen? What's been going
How
on?
have I been? I have been all right, mate. That's about it.
Is that it? Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I've
Jen.
got an extra cat staying with me at the moment, so that's very fun. Shout out to my sister's cat. that's how exciting my life has been.
Big shout out on the podcast.
Yeah, to Peppy.
Meow.
Yeah, meow.
Awesome. What about you guys? You've been doing all right at the moment?
Yeah, we had a bit of a busy Saturday.
Yeah, it was a very long Saturday, wasn't it? And it was a very hungover Sunday. It was fun though. We sort of double booked ourselves.
Yeah. What do you mean we double booked ourselves?
Well, I double booked us. It was our friend. It was like a really good punk band called the Rotten Foxes from Brighton, but they broke up because this singer moved to Canada about 6 years ago.
Okay.
But he was on holiday and they press ganged him into doing a one-off gig. So they all got tickets. I refused outright to get tickets for any gigs, so I know I'll always get in.
Okay.
I didn't get a ticket, so we all arranged to go. Then got asked to play a gig in Colchester. Didn't bother checking, but the gig in Colchester. Found out we were meant to be going to Brighton and picking someone up and dropping them off in London. So everyone hated me, so then we had to do both. I was like, well,
And also, my geography's not the best. Like, Colchester, Brighton, how far away are we talking from each other?
2.5 hours.
Yeah, we got
a 7-hour drive.
we
to get
we-
to the first fucking place.
we got lucky on the leg between the two gigs. Like, there was no traffic on that.
You say lucky? It was me that fucking drove it. Not that lucky. I was still sober. And pretty
I meant in terms of traffic.
Oh yeah, traffic was alright. Yeah, but yeah, it meant like leaving South Wales very early, driving a very long way, playing a gig early when we should have been on later. Well, I'm not going to moan because it was still good. Then play, sell all our merch, and then immediately drive to Brighton and go fucking mental, and then get back to Bristol and then Wales, and then regret everything on the Sunday when I fucking moon flight.
You know what? I mean, I gotta say, you've kind of painted a great picture of what it's like to be in a punk band, though. I think.
Yeah.
Listeners who maybe don't know, don't know the punk scene very well, I think you've done a pretty good job of that.
That's pretty much every weekend.
Yeah,
It was about 15 hours in not even a van anymore. We've given up on vans and just have a very old people carrier that doesn't turn properly. And like enjoy about half an hour of your life really, and the rest of it just be fucking horrible. Like,
First two gigs of this year were both 10-hour round trips as well, weren't they?
Where were they?
First one was Canterbury, and it was during that storm,
shit.
and it took 5.5 hours to get there because the M4 was at standstill.
Yeah, that was right. I was asleep on the way back, I don't remember. The trick is you get that fucked at the gig, that you're at a gig, then you wake up in your own bed with no recollection.
You've already been driven, you've been chauffeured home, you've been put into your bed.
Yeah, you can only remember half of it, it's great.
Yeah. If you're lucky, somebody's maybe like taking your shoes and your trousers off or something, and laying you face down. So
so you don't die. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm complaining. I drive to the gigs. Right. Hand the keys over to them.
That's great. I like that.
I'm off now. See you later.
I am 100% passenger princess.
Yeah, he's a cunt. He doesn't. Are you allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
He's got a driving license, but says he can't drive. So
I can't drive.
He's got out of it.
So wait, but you can drive.
I have a license.
You're not on the insurance for that car, so
We've offered to put him on it. It's a really easy car to drive as well.
Is it? What with the power steering that just cuts in and out as it pleases?
It's a really good car to learn to drive.
The difficulties of it. Oh, I love it. So yeah, obviously you guys are playing quite a lot of gigs. Obviously, it's. I mean, I guess already is, summer, that kind of gig festival season's kind of kicking into full gear in the UK as it normally does around this time. So, I'm guessing you guys have got a pretty busy dance card lined up.
I don't think we're doing that. Well, we did Bolter Fest here. That was good.
Right. That was
we were on before Boney M, which is fucking magic.
That's crazy.
How you meant to play? Yeah. Well, there was another couple of bands between us, but we're not.
No. You were on main support for Boney M.
Yeah, main support for Boney M. I think we have gig. We always just say yes and just do gigs every weekend and whatever. We're doing a festival in Norway.
Yeah, so...
Oh, shit.
Norway, so August Bank Holiday weekend, we got 2 gigs in Norway.
Oh, well, yeah, we're doing festivals every weekend, but that's because, I don't know if the metal scene's like it, probably, but everyone just says if there's more than 4 bands on a gig that it's a festival.
Right, yeah.
In a pub.
We've got...
It's
an all-day festival, we've got 5 bands.
Yeah, they all say fest at the end, so technically, we are playing a festival every weekend for the next 4 months, solid, basically.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's good logic. Yeah.
I think it's our last gig, it's next weekend really, it's Reading, and after that, it's Itch Fest, then it's Slug Fest.
Reading is in...
No.
I was going to say, that's
August Bank Holiday weekend, Reading and Leeds. We ain't nowhere near that.
I don't think they're going to let us on that anytime soon.
No, it's what? Reading's a gig next weekend, then we got Itch Fest in Birmingham on the 14th.
Okay.
Bristol.
I remember all these dates.
That's my broken brain, mate. I can remember all these gig dates, but I can't remember a doctor's appointment this morning. So phoning the doctor's an hour late, saying, "I'm really sorry. Can I rebook because I fucked this?"
Yeah.
Remember all the gig dates coming up for the year.
Yeah,
can't get laundry on and then forget this in the washing machine.
Things to remember, like.
Yeah. I might die, but at least I'll do it at a gig or something.
That's crazy. So. Let's take a trip back in time.
that was unnecessarily long.
Well,
we have been in a band for a very long time.
I was going to say,
very old.
Because obviously, I left Bristol. I've been back in Bristol now for about 3.5 years, and I left Bristol for about 10 years. And I kind of remember you guys, I think, almost first starting or being around, kind of
probably like 10 or 11 years ago. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I was going to say.
And you come back and we're playing to the same amount of people in the same band. That's great.
The Chelsea.
That's progression. That's progression.
August 15th, Chelsea in.
Of course we got
it. We played the Chelsea in the other week as well.
Yeah, we did.
I think we played it twice this year already.
Probably.
Can't say no to the Chelsea.
No, you can't. You definitely mean.
Is this like the heavy metal version of the Chelsea in this place?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I think that's a fair equivalent.
I think that's a fair equivalent. Yeah. This is the heavy metal version. The Griffin is the heavy metal of the Chelsea in. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. How does Pizzatramp become Pizzatramp? What we're talking here?
Well, I'd given up. I was in like bands and stuff when I was younger, but I was like, when I couldn't do anything, I could just play like. What I can still do now, just play 2 notes on a guitar.
Right.
So then all my mates who were good sort of like jettisoned me when they could. I gave up being in bands because I couldn't do it on my own. But then I just got drunk with Dan, our drummer, and Samuel, bassist, and was like, Well, I like really miss doing it because I haven't done it for years and years. Should we just do a punk band, do one gig and then break up? So we said yeah.
Okay.
And so we did one gig to our mates and it went really well. I was like, well, we are really good. Because I thought we were brilliant. Like now everyone else likes us. I don't think we're as good. But at the time,
The true punk way.
Yeah.
The true punk way.
I thought, well, that's it. We are proper fucking sold out now.
Yeah.
You know, all our songs had to
Painting the Chelsea twice in a year.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Fucking hell.
The rule was all the songs had to be under 2 minutes long. We'd write really good songs and then time them and go, we're going to have to cut the fuck out of this. And they would make them worse on purpose. But now we've did on the last song, it's like a 3-minute song. So we have sold out.
It might as well be a ballad.
Yeah.
It might as well be a power metal band.
Yeah, that's the way it's going. It's getting more and more technical.
Yeah.
But it was like only going to do the one gig. It was like, well, let's do one more gig at the Valleys where no one knows us. And we did that, and everyone wanted to buy merch. And we were like, let's make one EP, and then we'll do it. And that was, well, in 2 weeks, it'll be our 500th gig. So it was pretty good going for a band that was breaking up in one gig's time.
Yeah. And a band that has been since breaking up.
Oh, we were breaking up in April this year, but we changed it. Well, I changed it from my mind again. I started panicking about paying to go to gigs, and I was like, no.
Yeah, no.
It's like all the festivals this summer, I'm not paying to go to any of them. I want to get paid to go to them.
Yeah.
And then people kept asking for later gigs in the year, and then we finally broke the other day and have booked gigs next year now.
Nice.
So
There you go. I love it.
So
By the
looks
way,
like
just
a
to all the
trash
kids
band.
out there, that if you want to get into gigs for free, the actual way to do it is to start a band.
Yeah, you can't.
Everyone has the same idea. You know,
Yeah.
how do I get in for free? I start a band. I get in for free.
Yeah, exactly.
It does work like that. I'm just really good at it. I've got no skills, but I've got a good confidence of walking
Get to
into
the gap,
every
kind
gig.
of
Just absolute fucking blagger, aren't you,
So
mate?
it's all the TJ's gigs. So just right. He's got a drum kit, not a drum kit, but a cymbals, man. Just walk through the door, eyes on the bouncer. All right, mate. No one fucking ever.
No. It's got
I mean, the
symbols.
other alternative is just wear a high vis. No one questions you when you wear a high vis.
A high vis is a good festival trick. That's right. That one is. Yeah. I like that. But that's right. Yeah, just get into a band.
Yeah.
Or just get really good at following people with drumsticks.
Yeah. Or like an empty cymbals case or something.
Yeah.
Just-
Or wear a high vis.
Or
That
wear
is
a
a
high
good
Do
idea.
you reckon that's where the band High Vis got the idea for the name? Like,
They're good. I haven't listened to them. I've seen a photo of them and I hate them just off the photo alone.
Why do you hate High Vis?
Are they good today?
Yeah, they're actually genuine. They seem like really nice guys.
I
as
think
well.
they're all right. I just don't understand why they're kind of lumped into the hardcore scene
I
when
don't-
they're absolutely
okay.
not a
Oh,
hardcore
they're
band.
punk band. Oh, I thought they were like a Radio 6 band or something.
No. I mean, at best, this is, and obviously, like my understanding, because this is where all the nerds come out the woodwork and get angry when you say a music genre. And
I'll get
things
them
like-
angry.
As far as I'm aware, they're a bit more of like what I would call like a post-hardcore band. If that makes sense. Like they're a bit more experimental.
Oh, this
They've
is
got-
actually experimental
Actually, I think you'll
post-hardcore.
find that this is a post-Midwest emo-centric.
I was right in my assumption that they're shit off a photograph.
No, they're actually genuinely like they're really and honestly, kind of had that thing of I've seen them live like 3 times. Like kind of, I'll be honest, almost a bit by accident. Like, and I've gotten more into them
Oh,
the
that's
more times
awesome,
I've seen them
man.
live, and they genuinely like. It's just a bunch of dudes who just genuinely just seem to like the music that they do.
Oh, excellent.
And honestly, I'll be honest, seem a little bit surprised about how big they've gotten, if
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, so
Maybe I might listen to one on the way.
you got
I
like
think I'm just probably I just get really angry, even though we make no effort whatsoever to like try and get more popular or have a booking agent or do any of the things you're supposed to do, which would probably help us. But then get angry when other bands do it.
Yeah. Once again, kids,
Pissed off.
Punk Ethos 101.
Yeah,
Well, you're the booking agent,
that
you know
punk-
the dates.
I hate everyone for doing better than me. I
Yeah.
wish I'd do better than them. Why don't you try? I don't want to try. What a lot of effort.
Once again. But yeah, so what about you then?
So I can't remember when I first saw you.
You hate
but-
us, though.
Yeah, I've been very open about the fact I thought they were fucking dog shit.
This is currently, for the listeners at home, one of the main members of the band.
You wanted to get into gigs for free as well.
Oh, there you go then, see. That's where it is.
Well, yeah, I can't remember. Like, so I was watching it, like, yeah, this is shit, and then I got to the point, like, oh, you know, that guy's kind of funny in between songs, and then me just being a gobby fucker just started chipping a bit back at him from the audience.
Got put down straight away every time.
Nice.
And then he slowly realised that we were musical geniuses, which is nice.
Nice, there you go. You got good comebacks though.
Oh, I got good comebacks. I've got a very fucking tough skin after I tried to antagonise English people for 10 years.
And now you've got one in the band.
And now I've got one in the band, and it's really annoying.
It's all that.
So yeah, like you were doing a bit of a weekender with Random Man, one of my favourite bands.
Oh,
and
nice. That's cool.
I invited myself along in your van.
Oh, you come with us, didn't you? Yeah. Oh, is that when the van broke? Yeah.
So that
the
was...
locks broke on the van?
Yeah, so the first night, it was a Thursday night in Northwich.
Yeah.
I don't have the date, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. It was a January. I know that much.
It was very cold, yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking freezing. So, got to the gig, loaded all the stuff in, parked the van up, and realised the central locking had died.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so the van wouldn't lock, would it?
Yeah. So the passenger side door was permanently locked. The sliding side door was permanently locked. The back doors wouldn't lock. And you could do the driver's door with a key. That was
it. So we had to spend all our money that we made that night
go on a screw fix to buy a drill
in Northwich to buy a drill. But obviously they don't charge. Why do you not fucking charge them like? So like we got a combination lock and whatever they're called, the metal bit.
Shackle.
The shackle. So we was trying to drill the shackle on the inside of the van so we could combination lock it shut. And we got one screw in and the battery went out, so it was just... we couldn't lock it anyway, so then all weekend we had to try and park it against walls and we're worried about getting robbed.
Fucking hell.
Then on the second night someone gave us weed and they said they would pot it.
No, that was also the first night.
Oh, that was the first... Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
So have you got any of your own weed? No. Right, you can just have this. And I was like, why are you giving us weed? It's a fear weed, don't smoke it. Why did you give it to me then? I'm going to fucking smoke it, right? We all got the fear, yeah. So then we smoked it all weekend.
Well, we all got the giggles first.
Yeah, then got
It's like the fear weed when you've got stuff to do.
Yeah, it was
It's like the fear weed when you want to sit at home in a darkened room and like kind of be introspective about your life, you know?
Not drive around the north of England for fucking 4 days. Paranoid as fuck with a van that doesn't lock and a combination lock you can't put anywhere. Yeah,
not
very good weekend. It's like one of our
night 2 in Leeds.
It's probably one of our more successful weekends. Really.
You all played really well on stage with the film.
It was before I joined the band, so I've been with you just over 2 years.
Yeah, we don't play. Yeah, we don't play. We play well like once every probably 10 gigs or something like that. I feel that now everyone's seen us enough.
Next 9 are going to be fucking terrible.
Put up with it now. Right. We're good on Saturday. We're fucked now for the summer. Yeah.
That's it. That was the one. Got at least 10 more shows to go now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost as if us being good
lines
up with me having to do it sober because I have to drive to Brighton. And not all my
No. There's no link there. No. There's none.
It's good because I'm not going to stop getting back before we do it.
So wait, sorry. So you're in this van.
Yeah.
You're smoking fear weed.
I had a couple of tokes. I don't really do weed because I'm fucking bad at it.
Fair enough. I've got to be honest. These days, I'm also pretty bad at weed. Unfortunately,
I'm really good at it, but it was terrifying.
So night 2 was Leeds, Brudenell.
Well, that was really good.
Then,
is that when we were going to make a music video and I wanted to... what do they call it when you, like, the heart?
Defibrillator.
Yeah, so what are we going to get? So I put on the internet that I wanted someone to bring me an iron. When I was... on the
just one, not 2.
Yeah, I should. I didn't.
Well, he's got one. He just needs the other one. Like, just.
Yeah, well, it's just like someone will bring us an iron. So we asked for all these random items on Facebook. Got on the stage.
Tech decks, irons.
Massive room, and everyone gave us all the things we required. And then we didn't even make a music video, but I still have got that iron. My partner, she was like, "We're going to throw this iron away." It's like, "Why are you going to throw that away?" She was like, "Me or you have never ever ironed anything." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but that's a free iron. You're not throwing away a free iron. I'm not giving that on stage."
Given it by the community.
Yeah,
community came together.
The punk community came and we didn't even. Well, we did use it for the music video, but then we didn't even put it in the video because it looked fucking stupid. It was pointless using it because it was just defibrillating our drummer with an iron. And it went against the whole ethos of the social commentary of the song itself.
So the video in question is I've got work in the morning, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Smash dressed as a cop. Yeah.
So wait, I love the fact we still haven't quite managed to get to how you're in the band.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So
Were you the one that gave the iron?
no.
Yeah, why didn't you? We fed and watered you that weekend. You could have bought us the iron. Or another one to make 2 defibrillators. Is it defibrillators or is it one whole? Like
I think a defibrillator is the whole thing. I think it's the whole lot. Yeah.
Thanks, Lewis.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That we've let him join the band.
Yeah, 71 gigs I've done so far.
How do you know these things?
I keep a diary, mate. I'm
Dear diary, I've been let into Pizzatramp. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
He genuinely didn't even know he was on the spectrum, so he's in this band, and he turns around in the van and hands me a load of peanut shells with googly eyes on them. I was like, have you ever been tested for anything? It's like, because now you're in a van full of other people who are all on it, and we know you're one of us. And he was genuinely surprised to find out that he was one of us.
You're one of us. Got the tism.
Yeah,
so
that's why we let you in.
Yeah. Fellow tism haver.
You can't deny a tism.
just fit the vibe, like.
Right,
you know, if he's willing to sit in the back of a van for an hour in total silence, super gluing googly eyes onto pistachio shells.
Yeah, you can probably deal with the accidentally going to Colchester and Brighton in the same day.
You know, I've not had any major meltdowns yet.
No. What are you getting at?
Yeah.
I'm not getting hectic.
I haven't had a meltdown for a while. I've been quite mentally sound for a while.
No, I love being in this band. It's great crack.
I've been getting it is good fun. Yeah, that's the hard bit about giving it up, isn't it?
I almost feel like I'm a therapist in this podcast right now. So
Yeah,
how did that make you feel, Lewis?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a good job you feel that because I missed my counselling session this morning. I like it.
There we go. But he's done 71 gigs, he knows.
Yeah. You know, I phoned up an hour later. I'm really sorry I forgot.
Yeah.
Again, second time in a row.
Okay, so we're going to try this one
again.
last time. So
how did I get into the band?
Lewis, did you join Pizzatramp?
Did you join Pizzatramp?
Banger ass.
You weren't in it, and then you were in it.
Well, so Sam left. Banger asked me to join, and I said I'd love to, but I just cannot commit to the schedule. And then you got Reese in, and then you and Reese parted ways. You had Tia for a while, and I said, you know, I'll fill in for a couple here and there. You know, it's a bit of a rota because Aled was on the scene at the time, and Hager was about, and Carl was about.
Just going to list bases for Deja. Serious amount of people have been in this band. You know?
I mean, bassists are just like easily disposable.
We are
Oh, yeah, really easily disposable.
It's to a penny.
Yeah.
Also, annoyingly, I actually know like half the people you just listed.
Yeah, they all know each other. They've all got their little bassist cabal.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed in our
The
club.
person was on about who just gave me a lighter when I left the train station, Kim. They're playing bass for us on Saturday.
I'm off to Rotterdam for the weekend.
Yeah, you're away, so that's another new bassist that's sort of showing up for the
I
weekend.
like it though. It's quite an open band mentality of just like kind of having people come in and out.
Yeah,
and
never
stuff.
practice and they just have to work.
Yeah, so what it is, generally, I tell Jim as far in advance as possible that, you know, I'm unavailable. Jim forgets, books a gig.
Yeah.
But I just keep booking it, it doesn't matter.
Jen, you better give your information over just in case.
Can you play bass?
So,
Jen plays bass really well.
You can have them then, mate. You're more than welcome to join.
before we start recording, Jen was saying you were formerly in Volatile Idea
I used to be in Volatile Idylli, yeah.
with John Bryan.
We played. Was you playing with them? What, in the pub with us like 10 years ago?
Yeah, probably.
You were, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking you were recognised. Yeah, I was the promoter of that gig.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, John got us a gig in the Red Lion and we got you a gig in the pub. It was us.
I remembered that gig. Dave threw up afterwards.
That's right, yeah.
Not from drinking, from screaming to the point where it hurt his throat so much that he would just go behind the bar and vomit.
Yeah, I was the promoter of that gig. Yeah, that's wild, isn't it? Yeah, because it was you and then Harry, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. I fucking knew I recognised you, Jet. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Welcome to
I
Just let Lewis talk about being in a band before you remove it.
I just also, just for all the listeners at home, just very quickly, we're not going to explain who any of those people are that everyone knows to each other. The scene is extremely incestuous, and everyone just knows each other. You're just going to have to deal with it.
And there's legal ramifications of discussion.
Yeah. Allegedly.
What they said.
Yeah, allegedly.
How's your bass player, mate?
Bad, very bad.
That's fine.
I am a talentless lead singer. I
Oh, yeah, I know about that. I know about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so you just kind of ended up.
So yeah, Banger gave me a call and said, "Do you want to fill in?" Like, so I'll do a couple, and then I really enjoyed it, and then I just started doing as many as I possibly could.
Oh, fair.
Yeah,
It is a fun way to spend your weekend.
it really is.
It's really hard to not do it then, isn't it, is the problem.
Well, it sounds like from what you said earlier as well, that's kind of, you've been in bands when you were younger and all that kind of stuff, but like, it is really fucking fun being
It's
in a
loads
band.
of fun, and I didn't think, because I was always like I said, I just played bass, and all I wanted to, I was like a bassist in a metal band, and then all I ever wanted to be was a singer in a punk band, so I just wanted to do that. I just realised, you don't need to know, you can just do it if you want.
No.
You can just do it, you just shout and work out a load of ways to rhyme the word cunt. Everyone thinks you're brilliant.
By the way,
It's like,
for all the kids watching and listening at home, that's another punk moment there.
just write as many words that rhyme with cunt as you can.
How many can you think of?
Right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Stunt, blunt,
Stunt and blunt. That's
front,
it.
front.
But you know, I was showing to you yesterday. I found this app. It's really good. And like, as you write the lyric, whatever word you're writing, it shows all the rhymes below. I said, "Look, good." I said, "As an example." So I started writing out one of our songs, like "My back's fucked." It gets a word, and I was like, and then it'll be. And T was like, "Yeah, but the next word in your song doesn't rhyme with that, so it shows how not good you are at doing this." So it's a good point. I don't know how to rhyme. So this rhymes with the word. I can't remember what the lyric was, but it didn't rhyme. I'm sorry, I've gone off on a tangent. So yeah, I don't actually know that many rhymes. I don't know. I'm just not.
So a good time with it.
Yeah, I'm just having a good time with it. Yeah. Just put lots of swear words in there somewhere, then I suppose. Yeah.
But I do think, to get, I guess, somewhat slightly deeply philosophical here, like, I do wonder sometimes, and especially obviously recently, I've been going to a lot of gigs with a lot of like the kind of younger bands, younger crowds, a lot of that kind of stuff. That almost that idea of it's just fun to be in a band with people that you get on with, and like having a good time can actually just be the goal.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't always have to be like, oh, we do this and then we get like, this idea that kind of like fame and riches and all that, like this kind of constant drive.
You're constantly planning. I know, like some people that might be like the buzz of it.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly planning and worried, like we need to do this to get to this, you're fucked then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Or don't want to do this because then you just say yes.
Yeah.
To fucking everything.
More of just a yes and mentality in a punk band. Yeah.
It's like, of course we'll play that. Yeah, we'll just play that and play that. And
Don't know where it is. And you show up and then it's like, some random pub with like kind of Union Jacks behind the bar and stuff, and like one old guy drinking cider.
Oh wow, we've done loads of those gigs. Yeah.
No, I remember I've done a few of those gigs on the grindcore scene where I think, because obviously I used to be in Acid Shark, I think just because of our name and because of the era that it was with the kind of weird kind of metalcore scene kids, that because we had such a funny name, people thought that we were one of those like metalcore scene kid bands.
Oh, I see,
because it's like the era of like bands that were called things like, I don't know, like I Set My Friends on Fire, or like, do you know what I mean? Like they all had these like kind of, Acid Shark,
we punch
like
tigers.
That, And of course then we show up and do 25 minutes of like grindcore, and all the kids would be like, what's going on now? So yeah, I mean, it sounds really like, I mean, it is interesting. I think that ethos of, and obviously like the punk ethos obviously is something that gets talked about all the time. Like, what is punk? What is the ethos? What is this? What is that? Like, what is it based off? Like, all these kind of different things. I'll be honest, I mean, I'm 36 now, and I think that, like, obviously a lot of it can be quite fake in a lot of ways. Like, it's weird, like, I guess learning that even, like, what I used to think when I was younger were kind of the birthings of quote-unquote punk were actually all quite manufactured even themselves.
Yeah,
you know, the
like
Sex Pistols.
inauthentic.
Yeah, you know,
So,
like
I mean the Sex Pistols were a boy band.
yeah,
But like
you
the
know, and that
authenticity
kind
of what is.
you know.
Yeah.
So what I guess what I'm kind of asking in a roundabout way is like, obviously you guys are the first like punk band we've had on this on the podcast. Like, what do you guys kind of think is, you know, once again, this is a really kind of a bit of a vague, wide question, but what is the kind of punk ethos in your guys' mind?
Well, I think, like you said that, like, because I agree, like, obviously the Sex Pistols, they were put together and all, but
Yeah.
like, what happened at the very start before it all went fucking weird, where it was like, you know, the classic, here's 3 chords, start a band, fucking great, because like, that did happen. All these working class kids were like, oh, well, we can just fucking shout and do this, and it's great.
You
And
don't have
everyone's
to
in it.
learn instruments at a fancy kind of college and all
Yeah,
that.
they didn't
and,
need
like,
to do that, and it like brought down tried to bring down this entire music industry on top of the pops and all, with all these fucking pricks who you could never play as good as if you did it for 100 years.
Yeah.
But then obviously, because anything that gets that much press and attention is fucked in it, and it all sort of collapses.
Capitalism will eventually somehow get its kind of claws into
And
it.
I think it did.
that like new wave was just polished, you know, 3-chord.
Yeah.
But that it was like until now, really, isn't it? Like the hardcore punk, which I know we was sometimes. So my mate called it skate punk the other day. It's like skate punk was just full of nonsense, though. Isn't it? It's all a hardcore punk band, surely. You know, I know they're all jokey titles, but it's all social commentary. And like now, I fucking love it. Like how much I've learned being in this band, like social awareness, you know, animal rights and human rights and all these things you never would get. Well, I don't know. I always say this, it doesn't happen in any other scene, but that's because I'm that narrow-minded. I don't fucking know about all the other scenes, but all I know is I fucking see all these fucking great bands fucking talking about all these social issues, and I'm like, well, this is great. This is what I got. This is what I want from music. All these songs, I read the lyrics and go, these are fucking brilliant. And like all this, and like how much it inspired me as a teenager. You know, not us. We're not inspiring kids now.
Come on, Pizzatramp's out there inspiring the youth.
But like the really serious bands, how great some of them songs are, and I think that's it now. But then it's this weird thing, which we get a lot. Especially at the bigger festivals, where because I'm a dick on stage and because there's loads of swearing, that like this thing that people say, I always say exactly, I can say whatever I want. I fucking don't. I'm a fucking woke lefty snowflake. Who knows what satire is? But then we get these like the wrong ends, old people in the punk scene who think that punk is being able to say and do whatever you want, which it fucking is not, is it? Like, like that. Oh, you're okay. You're like, you can say whatever you want. Oh, so you're a transphobe and a homophobe, but that's fine because punk bands can say what they want, but they fucking can't actually, can they?
Kind of almost like it's come full circle where they're now agreeing with like the kind of conservative commentators.
Yeah,
where
it's fucking
like,
insane.
Freedom of speech. And
conservative punks, like an oxymoron.
It literally should not go together. And yet
fucking
somehow
insane, and they do, and you see, especially. I'm like, well, loads of people.
Well, bringing it back to the Sex Pistols, Johnny Rotten's always.
He's gone right. I didn't know this until recently that he's gone full like kind of.
He's
full MAGA.
Yeah, but I don't even think he is he? He just has to say the most outrageous thing.
Well, he's just
stay So I don't know, but then it's the people who actually believe it. And like, well, loads of people start watching this, and if I write the stuff I write on Facebook, I never knew you were like that. It's like, what do you fucking mean you never knew we were like that? Yeah. How did you think all these fucking songs were anything other than like being fucking snowflake songs? It's like,
I mean, it's literally called "Stop Being a Racist Cunt." It couldn't be any more direct.
But that's exactly that song. That's exactly how the song's meant to be about, and we don't play that much because it is childish, and then I always feel a bit embarrassed saying it, like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking. But it's exactly that once you've tried to have these really not really, you try to have an intelligent argument about racism or like immigration or something. But it doesn't fucking matter because I just don't believe you can ever win an argument with any of these people because whatever you say, they just come out with a load of bullshit, don't matter. And in the end, the only thing left to do is like attack them all, say, well, you're just a racist cunt. Like, that is it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. That's what that song's about, isn't it? Is that there's nothing now. I've got nothing to say to you because whatever I say will make no difference, which is a bit depressing, isn't it?
No,
certain people are like that.
But I think it's you've hit on quite an interesting point. I think where this country is, in general, like at the moment, is that we are unfortunately, obviously we always seem to do this kind of like, kid following in America's footsteps thing, especially for the last several decades, like culturally, of like, you see it in America all the time now, where it doesn't, like, there is no winning the argument with the people that are just like, no, I've just decided this is true. Like, I've just decided this is true. It doesn't. You could show. If Trump told me the sky was pink, I believe it was pink, and it doesn't matter how much I look at it and it's blue.
Yeah, it doesn't matter,
say
does
it's
it?
pink.
Because they must surely know some of them people. Like, it's like, you got in, he didn't do any of the things he said he did last time. Yeah. He's a fucking nut. He's literally, he's a fucking sex offender.
Yeah, I know. The literal sex offender.
For him to get in, loads of women vote for him.
I'm
not saying that men should vote for a sex offender. No. But he must have had some black people vote for him and he's a racist, and some women vote for him and he's racist. How is that? And now it happens over here. And I feel, you look at social media for a while, and then I was in this like comfy like echo chamber where before they change whatever the fuck they've did now, where everyone on my Facebook, because you delete all the wankers, it's like a brilliant like punk with all the same sort of ideals with me. I'm like, look how great we are. We're gonna win, not this country now, and it's at Jeremy Corbyn, and I was fully bought into socialism. Like, oh, look, everybody agrees with me. This is great. Right. So then realise, and when he lost, I'm like, I can't believe this happened. How could this have possibly happened? And now they've adjusted Facebook, and you go on there, and like every other post is some random page.
Fucking psychos posting the most like Enoch Powell shit you've ever seen, but next to a photograph of a minion.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like the sunrise, and it's like rivers of blood, like banana.
You go like whatever it is, like, and I can't. It's like you shouldn't, but you click anyway. Like, this innocent post, like Facebook knows on like video games or something, and it'll be an innocent post about like a Wizard and Orcs role-playing game or that, and you'll click it, and you're like, I'll read the comments, and you're like, whoa, this is like 400 transphobic comments. And like suddenly you're like, oh,
the orc looks way as a woman orc looks way too masculine, and they're trying to this is the trans agenda coming in to the orc community and changing things.
It's terrifying. Suddenly you're like, oh, actually we are like proper in the minority. And most
J.K. Rowling's in those comments.
J.K. Rowling posted
Imagine being a billionaire. You can do anything you want, and she sits in a cave in her house.
In that rotten castle in Scotland.
Yeah, on Twitter, arguing with trans people. I would literally be on a beach, man.
You could have just stopped. You could have just stopped and like been like just known as like one of the most amazing like authors.
Children's authors ever.
A celebrated children's author who created this universe that children everywhere love.
Like, she could have just minded her business.
She could have just minded her business.
Quiet.
She's never. J.K. Rowling in 20 years has probably never had to go in a women's toilet. Wherever she goes, she'll have her own toilet. No one else is allowed in.
I mean, she probably does that now, to be fair, just to make sure that no trans people get in.
It is just scary, isn't it? And, do you know, she should probably die, shouldn't she? Because
I mean, she should. Allegedly.
I'm not saying she should be murdered. She should just die. Because we don't. Because what I'm going is getting scarier. She's
natural causes.
Obviously a massive influence on a generation after generation of kids. And like what she says, look at this highly intelligent fucking author who pretended to be a man to get famous in a book.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't even get this. We could easily go down the J.K. Rowling rabbit hole.
Sorry, I forgot on a part.
No, but it's true.
I'm not wishing someone kills her, but you wouldn't shed a tear if she died. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't piss on J.K. Rowling if she was on fire. But so I understand the sentiment. But it's interesting. Like, obviously bringing all that up and like of where like. in the new kind of era of, you know, social media and all this, like, and a lot of people I've read a lot of stuff about people talking about like the flattening of culture, like what social media done is like flattened.
Yeah, leveled. Yeah, there's no counter
There's
culture.
no, you can't, because as soon as something gets popular, be it either in the fashion part of it or the music part of it or whatever, it's all over TikTok, it's all over Instagram, and everyone's going, oh well, you know, there's this like little group of like, I don't know, Japanese girls who dress in like a certain way using like English football culture to dress a certain way. That, you know, that's just gone. Like was their little counterculture, and now straight away it's just straight there.
Yeah, that's scary, that, isn't it?
Yeah. So like it's quite. But then I guess I'd say to you guys, obviously it's quite refreshing, like just to talk to, you know, a couple of people who are just, you know, I'm guessing you guys do Pizzatramp for fun. Like that's the point, isn't it?
I know,
right?
we made it sound like we don't.
It's just endlessly carrying the cross up the hill.
We do it specifically just to fuck off transphobes.
It is great. It is lots of fun, and that's it. It's not like I said. I love these. That's my favourite thing. Is like really serious political and social political hardcore punk, and I never grew out of it. But I also was like, it's just fucking. It doesn't sound like much fun to do on stage. Whereas we can sing all the same songs there. But everybody, unless they read the lyrics, thinks we're like a party punk band. So we got the best of both worlds, haven't we? All the songs are social commentary, and we get given loads of drugs and alcohol for free every week. There you go.
Once again, kids, this is why you start a band. This is why you start a band.
Kids, don't listen to most things I've said already. Why? See, this is why you should have did this on your own. I can't really be trusted. I get carried away.
You are a Pizzatramp, mate. Like, you know.
I'm going to tell Dan that. In the podcast, Lewis selling Pizzatramp.
Dan, we also believe that you are Pizzatramp as well.
Dan, he's from Wales, our drummer Dan, but he lives in Bristol.
Right.
And he was meant to. He's such a lazy cunt. He's never showed up to one podcast thing we've ever done. Not a single one.
I did invite him just to sit off camera and just, you know, chuck some jibes at you.
If he'd have come, he'd have done it. He's really good. He's like very intelligent and very nicely spoken, and he would have told you all the truth of the things that I'm like exaggerating.
Hey, look, I mean, look, obviously on the podcast we definitely want the kind of slightly more embellished versions and stuff. What part of Wales are you from then?
South Wales.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, near Newport. It's a little town called Caldicot. It's not too far.
I'm half Welsh. We're like kind of Carmarthen, Llandovery kind of.
Oh, that's where my partner's from. Just outside Carmarthen.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's too fucking far in the middle of nowhere. Any bands that tour from out there, fair play, because that's like fucking 2.5 hours just to get to the bit where you have to start going to where
you're going to actually go somewhere. Yeah, no.
That
almost sounded like, you know, half-baked sympathy for Rash Decision.
I don't have any sympathy. They live in Falmouth. It's like an hour away from Bristol.
Fucking hell. Yeah, fair enough. So,
he's just trying to make me slag off bands, is what he's
saying. I mean, hey, look, we're all about that drama. So, what are you guys kind of looking forward to most, like with your kind of? Because also to say, you guys obviously have just released an EP as well, haven't you?
An album, yeah.
Well, we had an album come out August last year.
Yeah, we had an album, and now the EP's come out. It's a split. That's great. It's called Post Punk. You know, like the classic, the black flag logo, the four black flags that everyone was including us. We ripped it off with pizzas. Everyone ever's ripped it off, and then our friends realised that there was 4 bands that had postmen in it or posties in it, and I was on the I was a postie.
Oh really?
So then they were like, we're going to release. It's going to be called Post Punk, and it's great that the cover is 4
Post Punk is postman.
Yeah.
Post Punk. Yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't suddenly go all high vis. We're fine. But there's like 4 post boxes on the front, and the download code inside is a Royal Mail Red, so it's great. But what happened is, after we submitted the songs while they were getting it released, I quit my job. So it meant that by the time it got released, it wasn't even real anymore. It's not even what I was pretending.
Not only that, everyone in the Atoms quit, so it's just Joe left.
Oh yeah, but it is good. I haven't listened to it, to be honest with you, and I know it's got 2 unreleased Pizzatramp songs on it, which at some point someone's, I don't know what, because we made the album and then
Magnolia Rules Forever.
That's a good one.
The Fascist Dream of Aryan Sheep.
Oh, that's a really good
Wow, that's a really good fucking title.
It's a really
I love
good
that.
song. The song's not quite as good as the title, yeah.
Oh, that's a fucking
No,
awesome.
it is. Oh, is that whole song there?
I think so, yeah.
Because there was loads the spare songs when we recorded the album, and then people asked us for stuff, and I was just like, yeah. And I just gave all the songs to people, but then forgot who had what. And I haven't...
Just throwing songs around willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
And basically, we've got loads of those albums to sell, which we have been selling at gigs, but I can't put them on the internet. We will make a load of money.
Right.
Because I'm that bad at sending out Bandcamp orders.
Right.
I haven't done it for 3 months, and everyone's kicking off and wants
Right,
refunds
cool.
like
Yeah.
usual. But they should know by now. Fucking like they should.
By the way, if you're watching the Tom video, this is the person sorting out your Bandcamp orders.
I am, yeah. My
Yeah.
kids sort them out, and then I post them. But
Child labour.
it is child labour. I make sure they've had a nice dinner that night.
Yeah.
My daughter fucking loves it. I'm like,
Daddy
"Mum,
needs you to
sort
start
these out."
posting these things.
Yeah, but I haven't.
You know,
When I was-
it's like reverse past the parcel.
Yeah, well, when I was a postman, people would complain it was taking a month. Not and it was easy then because I'd taken to work. And
Yeah, right. Okay.
Not
Now you've actually got to.
postman,
Now you've actually got to be.
Yeah.
Maybe
Can't
next
be
time
fucked.
someone complains, just send them a picture of your kid packing the orders. Be like, "This is who you're
Yeah,
getting mad at."
yeah. Do you know that? I got a lot of people to send that photo, but yeah. That's,
And also, by the way, kids listening to this and want to start bands or watching this want to start a punk band, that is also how you should treat all of any fans that try to buy any
Disdain.
merchandise. Yeah, with disdain.
this day, yeah. So I can't advertise that we have a new EP out because as soon as I do it, everyone will be like, "Well, fuck you! You haven't sent this." But I am going to. Not tonight, no, can't get out. This week, I'm going to send all the orders out in order that I can put them on
Yeah.
to sell them to post them like December, something like that. Then
I hasten
Yeah.
to add that me and Banger have offered on more than one occasion to help you with
you can take it all
with
if
it,
you want.
but you know you've insisted on being a martyr to the cause, like.
Nailed to the cross like Roman.
Weird.
Oh, is there?
I have a weird, perverse thrill at how knowing how much I know people, and I won't reply to any messages. And I won't. And now it's great. Like for gigs, I don't reply to anyone for anything anymore. And then trying to book us is a nightmare. I just think it's funny. Everyone else is, and I know this isn't how you should do a band.
Promoters pulling their hair out.
And
Just
I see my
pretty
mate
much.
put a post the other day about how bands should, you should do this, and I was like, yeah, this is great. I understand that you should be respectful of like promoters. You should be respectful of these things.
Yeah.
But also, it is really funny that people insist on trying to get us. Like we had our mate play bass for us the other week for a one-off gig. I spent weeks trolling him on the internet, putting like how to play the bass songs on the internet. And then because I've been ignoring someone about the gig we're playing this week in Red, well, I wasn't ignoring him. I just don't know my messages.
Yeah.
The promoter messaged my mate Dave, who played with us last week in Oxford, asking him for a text back. He's like, "I'm not even in the band. What the fuck are you asking me for?" Like, so well, no one from the actual band will reply. But that's because I don't still.
Punk ethos.
That's because I don't understand what a text back is like to this day. Like, can you send a text back? And I remember once I just wrote in a PDF. It just says guitar with vocals, a bass with backing vocals, drums, and I sent it. And they never. I was like, this is great. So that's all I used for years and years. And I'm like, what the fuck do they need this for? Because it's a punk gig. You're going to show up and you're just going to have to hope they got the equipment that you need.
Yeah.
You're going to stand wherever they tell you and hope the things work. So why do you need to know this information?
And that is DIY or die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I get that maybe, I don't know, maybe people, like, they want the text because they want, you've got them.
I mean, it'll probably lower a lot of other people's anxiety if they got a message back. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, don't I sound like a right cunt? Like, even that, just make, I don't know. But I think, isn't it weird? Any other band it would annoy me at, it would be like, I say out of order.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems like,
But not for me.
Yeah.
I'm exempt.
I
Yeah, I
am.
am so
Pizzatramp is exempt from
yeah,
those
I'm not
things.
exempt. Pizzatramp, because it's his own thing. It's not even, doesn't even really like whatever it's become now is his own entity. And like people expect us to, like, whenever we show up at a gig on time, people are like promoter the other day was like, "You're here early? Fucking hell, well, you're on time. We've come at the time you told us to come."
It's because he's had messages from 5 other promoters going,
Pizzatramp don't show up on time.
Yeah,
Be really careful.
We're half an hour after when
Ever-
you said you wanted us here, if we're honest.
I don't
like-
think we've ever we've cancelled probably like 3 gigs in 10 years. Our actually do go to the gigs.
Yeah.
Just don't.
It's just that first text when it's just like that first message of like, can you play this gig on this date at this time? And you're just like, yes. And then it's just
that's
no,
it.
that's
Silence.
We agreed to that. That was the agreement.
Well, I think
we'll be there then.
We only have the people
That's
who
in 3
really
months'
want us,
time.
though, don't we? Because it takes Matt long to get a response out of someone
Yeah.
to say yes to the gig.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they've
Do you-
tried really hard
do
to
you-
get us.
Do you wonder though if that is almost maybe what's added to your kind of band lore,
Mystique.
like that
Yeah,
mystique?
that's
It's like
what
people
we
are like,
get.
oh, this Pizzatramp band, I've heard they're really, really good. Like you can barely get them on gigs anymore. Like they barely respond to anything. They're so aloof.
They say yes to everything, but like
They haven't said yes to me in 3 months.
they've not even opened my message.
Yeah, it's very childish. I know. Well, it was we played in Abertillery at my friend's pub the other week, and she was like, "Oh, do you know any good bands we get down?" I said, "Oh yeah," and it's this amazing band from Leicester called Sex Germs. Yeah. Fucking incredible, like unbelievable. She was like, "Can you get them?" I went, "I don't know them, but I'll ask them." So I put on Facebook, "Does anyone know someone in Sex Germs?" So someone gives me the name of the guitarist, and I was like, "Hi mate, I've seen you in Manchester. I think you're amazing. Would you like to come play this pub in Wales? It'll be great. We played all the time. The gig will be good. It'll be all good bands. We'll pay you, feed you."
Yeah.
And he was
All
like,
on yours.
"Cool, I'll get back to you." I was like, "No worries." And after about a week, I was like, "I can't never got back to me." I thought, "Oh, do you know what? I completely deserve this." But I'm also not going to chase this up because I fully respect this. Yeah, right, mate.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing. What a great offer you're giving us. Can't be fucked to get back to him. I thought, yeah, do you know, I've done that now to so many. Well, and I do, and yeah.
The karma
I don't know how this-
maybe it's a little bit of deserved karma.
Yeah,
there.
and I don't. Yeah, this is probably coming across really bad on the podcast, and I do love it, and it's amazing that people give us all these opportunities.
I think it should always be. I think it should always be kind of messy. I mean, like I remember, I used to put a lot of the punk gigs back on. Obviously, for the listeners who this is their first time, obviously about more like 12, 13 years ago now, 15 years ago, I used to be the in-house promoter for here, the Griffin, where we are recording. I used to put the punk gigs would always be like. Gotta be honest, they would be chaotic, but some of the most fun I'd ever have. I remember. Funny enough, this story's great, but it's funnier from my friend Chris's point of view because he's the one who left. I stayed, so I was behind the desk bit over there doing the sound, and I was watching these two skinheads who were absolutely fucking hammered, and I watched one and. So my friend Chris goes out for a smoke break, comes back because he's been helping out on the door, helping out on the sound. He comes up to me and he goes, "Hey Mateo, anything interesting happens? What the band's playing, all that, blah blah blah." And I said, "You see that Skinner guy over there?" And he's like, "Yeah." I go, "I've just watched him rip the front off one of the fans, wrap it round his own head, get his empty glass of cider, put it up to his shorts, piss in it, and then just start drinking it."
Amazing.
I've got a good idea on who that might be.
I mean, yeah.
Does that not happen at metal gigs then? No.
No, so metal gigs is more the stereotype there is more like the heavy BO and maybe people trying to play Magic the Gathering in the middle of like Death Heaven set or something. Do you know what I mean?
Actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like it's more.
Someone just whips out a camp table in the middle of the circle pit.
Just starts throwing down Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Beyblades or something.
I've been listening to this a really good podcast that they record in San Quentin prison. Yeah, they've got a studio, and he was like a Britney Spears producer or something from Sweden. But he killed someone, so he's in. So the podcast's amazing. Yeah. But they interview and they do episodes every week on different things. And they did an episode about race, and it is what it's like on the films where the black people go with the black people, the Hispanic people, the Nazis with the Nazis. The dude was like, there's also the squares, and the presenter's like, well, the squares. He was like, if you play Magic the Gathering, and they've made their own deck show.
Prison magic!
Or it doesn't matter, like your creed or your colour or your sexuality or whatever.
We all get together to tap lands.
Yeah. And these are this is maximum
mana.
security wing of the prison where they're all murderers and rapists and stuff. Suddenly doesn't matter, and they all kill each other because they like Magic the Gathering.
Killed 15 people, including his family.
Yeah.
That red-blue aggro deck he's running at the moment is really fucking difficult to do.
It's so proper magic about that. What proper magic? That was by accident. I shouldn't say that.
I fucking love it. That was
Isn't that
good.
great? That Well, I want to go to metal gigs now because no one at punk gigs does Magic the Gathering.
No, I used to have fucking loads of it, but I lost it.
We should do it. We should do it.
But yeah, I guess it's more like the joke, especially obviously about kind of the black metal scene and stuff, is more like once again very heavily tism based. But like we're talking more the battle jackets and really long hair crowd. Yeah. Who tend to like who are the ones who then come up to me at pubs once they've listened to this podcast and go, actually, I think you'll find that. The drummer for this band was actually in this and played it and did this different and like
they know the whole thing.
The whole thing, and like I'm there going, I listened to that, I reviewed that album on Vibes. Like,
yeah.
So if anyone can tell me like what Count Grishnak has got in terms of Magic the Gathering, really appreciate it.
So I wanted to ask you guys this, and obviously because we have a lot of listeners and watchers and stuff who aren't like part of like the kind of Bristol like scenes and stuff, and so what we kind of try and do on here is, I guess, educate's a bit of a strong word, but you know what I mean. Like we try to, part of this is almost like trying to give people a bit of a peek of what it's like, kind of being, especially in the Bristol scene. What have you guys, because obviously you guys do play in Bristol a fair amount, you guys know a lot of people here in Bristol. What is the Bristol punk scene, I guess?
Better than everywhere else in the entire United Kingdom.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I feel very fortunate to have been a punk that grew up like, just outside of Bristol. So
like Matt, there is, and that's not being disparaging. Like London's pretty good. I think London's a bit hard to be. Bristol is pretty easy to get around. London's that big and that hard work that there's lots of smaller scenes in various parts. Yeah. Manchester's amazing. Like up north,
Manny, I've always got along with, especially with the hardcore stuff.
Yeah, well, Manchester's great, and like Leeds, Liverpool, all the like northern cities are great.
Yeah,
but there's nowhere like Bristol. Where they can be. Everywhere else would sort of the promoters would have to get together. If they've double booked a gig.
Yeah.
One of them's got to change dates, or they merge it together because you need the punters. Bristol, there'd be a fucking punk gig on a Monday night in 4 different venues.
Right.
Yeah. All be well turned out gigs.
Well, that's the thing. Like we had it about a year and a half ago. Like we played the Exchange on a Thursday night. There was a gig on.
The headline band pulled. It was the Decline from Australia, wasn't it? And they pulled out. And it was us and the Menstrual Cramps supporting.
Oh shit, Menstrual Cramps! I fucking love those guys.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, they're great band.
So there was that one. Then there was Hot Flab were over at the Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
And there was another gig somewhere else, and they were all like.
They knew like it was like the band that we were meant to play with pulled out, and the promoter Dave was like, "Fuck it, do you still want to do the gig?" And we were like, "Yeah." And I think originally it was going to be in the Exchange basement. Then he sold a load of tickets and was like, "Well, you're going to have to do it upstairs." And about fucking 300 people shows up. On
Jesus Christ!
I think mostly for the Menstrual Cramps. But
shout out to the Menstrual Cramps. I love
shout out.
Hey.
Our mates. And so that gig, but then because we were worried, it was like, well, hang on, it's 2 bands, a Bristol band and us, that play all the time in a big fucking room. Yeah. Why the fuck would you come? There's other punk gigs in smaller places in Bristol with loads of fucking cool bands. Why would you come? But then it was Rams like, feel bad for the other gigs. Oh, no, we just come from there. There's loads of people like that as well.
Oh, cool.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, there's that many people into it.
People buying tickets as well then for like multiple shows. Like,
moving around. Well, he does that. If he goes to a gig, he goes to about 1 million gigs a year. And he'll go to like, go to this and this and this. When? Oh, tonight.
5 gigs to go to.
Yeah, it's like nothing. Yeah, it's like nothing. And I think that extends. It's not just punk, is it? It's like all genres of music. This place that there's so much going on everywhere you go.
Bristol definitely seems to. We've talked about it multiple times on the podcast. It's like it really does seem to be, especially for music. Like, look, you can be into techno, drum and bass, death metal, hyper pop, sea shanties. Yeah, and there's somebody putting a show on, somewhere.
And there's other people that like it.
Yeah, we'll show up and be like, oh my god, I love this sea shanty group. They're the fucking best ones.
I thought that was one thing, like hyperpop sea shanties.
No, I mean, hey,
don't give him ideas.
Oh, here we go. Don't give him ideas. So we're going to do classic sea shanties in the style of Charlie XCX.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing now.
See,
we'll talk about
he's literally, Yeah, it is. It's fucking.
So you feel like the Bristol scene is really strong then?
Oh, it's amazing.
I always think it has been, yeah. Like,
because I've known you for
ever.
Forever now, like 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
I've been in various different bands and been in the punk scene for a long time.
So we have to actively, like, what was the other day? We were playing the Chelsea on the 16th, no,
15th.
The 15th of August. And
we're playing the Toxic What's It anniversary on the 16th in Hastings.
And then Dan, our drummer, was like, Jim, we've been offered a gig in Bristol on your birthday, August 14th. And I was like, we're fucking playing in Bristol the night after. And he's like, yeah, but do you want to do it? I'm like, and it's really hard to say no. Like, but last year, or was it? Yeah, it was last year when we actively had to say no. One of the months, because we were going to be playing Bristol every single month of the year. The thing is, it's really hard to say no because loads of people still come anyway, and it's not. It's not Pizzatramp playing. It's as a punk gig on.
Right. Okay.
It's not nothing to do with.
Do you feel it's a bit like that then? It's almost like the Bristol kind of punk community, let's call it, is a very active community that does actually just go out and support stuff to go and be
I think so. Yeah, really close, and every night of the week, some places, like Wales, there's no fucking point in playing a gig in most places in Wales on a Tuesday night because no one's going to come out. Right. And I get that it's a bit harder, if you're living in valleys and stuff. The transport system's not as good. Yeah. But Bristol's a city, but you just find if you play Bristol, whatever night of the week it is, it's going to be fun and be good. Yeah. And then me saying, because Lewis lives here and Dan, our drummer, lives here now, I'm like, yeah, of course you want to do the gig. It's where you fucking live. It's not that far for me to come. Yeah. And it does, one, mean I've got to get home, and two, it's like, we can't keep saying yes to all these gigs because it ends up like on a Friday and Saturday night. If we're spending half of the weekends of the year playing in Bristol, then we have to, whatever gigs we do get offered elsewhere, we can't do them, and we have to sort of try and
spread out a little bit.
Yeah, but it is hard because it is like sort of an addiction. It's like, we could play.
And you're going to have a good time. You kind of know you're going to have a good time. Yeah. You know that the crowd's going to be cool. You know that people are going to be sound. You're
exactly not like, that. We could drive 4 hours to a gig in a place we've never played, which is exciting and it's great. And
end up with some weird Brexit guys kind of glowering at you.
If we use this on the internet and somehow think that I'm a fucking right winger, or we can play in Bristol with and you walk in, everyone in there, everyone's a big community. It's fucking great. It is hard.
The thing is, Bristol's an easy win for Pizzatramp.
It is an easy win.
A layup, as the kids say.
Yeah, it's a layup. Yeah, so do you want to do this gig on a Tuesday night in Bristol? Yeah, great. Maybe 100 people there, and someone's going to smash my teeth out with a microphone. I haven't got to work at it or try. Well, not say try for it. So I'm so determined to destroy our podcast.
Absolutely help out on this podcast.
Upstairs on the Griffin and set fire to our own band.
People are going to be passing this around going like, we need to not put Pizzatramp.
But it's Bristol, it's just a band practice, isn't it? Everyone already got the t-shirts. Don't even bring. We don't bring the merch to Bristol gigs. So it's just
everyone's wearing it already.
Yeah, it's like great, innit? We never usually if it's our friends putting it on. How much money do you want? We don't want any fucking money, man. It's going to be fun, isn't it? We won't bring the merch. Nice, easy
couple of drinks or something.
Pretty much.
When they changed the train times from Wales, the last train home is at 11 o'clock to a train station near my house. Yeah. So hang on, I can fucking get a train to Bristol. The exchange gigs finish at 10. Yeah. Play a gig. We'll just take my guitar.
Even have a bit of time afterwards to have a gas and a drink.
Then get back on the train and go home. No, it's like, this is fucking great, isn't it? It's hard to turn it down now, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. But saying about everyone having the merch, you want to watch Agnostic Front in Newport the other week.
Oh, yeah. What?
Everyone in the Pizzatramp merch, were they?
No, it was Agnostic Front were on. And I went out for a piss, and the dude behind the Agnostic Front merch, I was like, "Hey man, you in fucking Pizzatramp?" I was like, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" He went, "We started playing gigs over here, man, and every fucker's got your t-shirt on, so we've been listening to you, so we listen to them now, man. Fucking Pizzatramp, what are you doing here?" It was like, "Fucking living, mate." I was like, we wanted, the only reason I was there is because we wanted to play the gig, and my mate, Joe Wag, the promoter,
called out.
My friend decided
that
he wasn't going to put his friend's band Pizzatramp
Joe Wag.
Agnostic Front.
Joe Wag on blast.
Even though on the
Fuel for
new
My Fire
Pizzatramp
podcast
album there's a song called Mr. Slam, which the first person to hear that song outside the band was Joe Wag. It is a song about how much I wish I was Vinnie Stigma from Agnostic Front. And if we had have played that gig, Vinnie Stigma, who was size stage for all the support bands that we're better than, would have got on stage quite happily and did the start of the song, which is me doing a Vinnie Stigma impersonation, but he didn't put us on the gig, so I refused to go because the tickets were expensive. Yeah, he put me on the guest list, so I went.
Jimmy no
And it
tickets.
turns out that they all been listening to us on their tour bus as well.
Oh.
So yeah, I forgot how I got to this. Was I just wanting to slag Joe Wag off?
No, I was just setting you up, with people wearing Pizzatramp merch.
Oh yeah, we do well on the pizza. Yeah, we do. Like lots of people like buying the.
I mean, it is. Let's be real. Like, it is a cool name to kind of like.
Oh, I fucking hated it. I don't mind it now because it's weird now, and
I feel like I keep on trying. Like, I keep on trying to be like, oh, that's great. This is cool about your band, and you're just like, no, that's just shit, man. I fucking hate it. Let me tell you how much I hate this thing about our band.
No, I know I sing cynical next. No, I do. I love our band. It's like great fun. But like, when we started, I was saying we just did a couple of practices, and we are going to do one gig, and then our friends were in a band, and they come in our rehearsal room, and they were like, "Oh, you're great." I was like, "Oh, wicked." We had like 10 minutes of music. And he was like, oh, play a gig with us next week. And it was in a venue in Chepstow that we always used to all drinking and play. I was like, yeah, all right. We didn't even have a band name. And to be fair, I'm slagging off Pizzatramp. I wanted to be called 2 Minute Terror. I was like, that's our name.
2 Minute Terror.
But our bassist...
It's a very different vibe to the band, though, isn't it?
We would have got nowhere. It would have been one gig and over. Our bassist Sam had been in Italy that week, and he'd bought a pizza, and he was pissed up. And it was like a homeless man... asking for money, and Sam had tried to give him a pizza, but the homeless man's battered it out of his hands, tried to kill him. So he's come back and he's like, no, we should call it Pizzatramp. I was like, it's the fucking worst name ever. We'll do but because we was only doing a gig, I was like, whatever. Yeah. But then we'd done it and then another, and then before
that's it. Then it sticks.
Yeah, I don't mind it anymore. I hated it for ages, but now I can't. It's weird then, and you can't imagine.
Being anything else.
Be another name.
That's what I mean. But obviously, But I obviously being to a load of gigs myself, I see a lot of people in Pizzatramp merch and stuff, and it is that thing where it's like you could wear it as a punk and it's cool. You could wear it as a metaler and it's fine. I also I'll be brutally honest, a lot of the hipster kids in Bristol like to wear them as well.
Yeah, sometimes they bought them.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like Motorhead and the Ramones.
You'll be in Primark soon.
That'll be it. I can retire then.
Jim, we're gonna have to sell the rights.
Yeah, when there's kids in Malaysia making them in sweatshops, it's like yes.
Yeah, well, they were a mate. He thought it's what the fuck are you selling on Amazon? I was like, we're not selling anything on Amazon.
No way.
And someone was selling, and they're pretty fucking cool as well. They were they had one of our EP covers on. They were selling clocks, and I think it's not. They literally would probably. I didn't look. I bet they were ripping off loads of bands.
Right.
Yeah.
But they had Pizzatramp pillows, Pizzatramp clocks,
and they've just got people like pizza. And I found these images.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think it's much to do with it being a band. I'm like. I'm selling clocks on Amazon, not with making any money, but someone somewhere has got a Pizzatramp clock.
I found it a load of stuff on Redbubble, the split.
Oh, Redbubble's the Wild West.
Oh yeah, Redbubble got loads of weird.
Well, yeah, but there was the cover from the Incisions split.
Yeah, that was weird. A very obscure split that they
on pillows and stuff.
Vinyl, and there was about 100 of them made.
But they cut off half of the Incisions name. It had Pizzatramp in full, and then it just said IN, and then it said INC at the bottom,
which is the best thing ever.
In fact,
it annoys our friends.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Obviously the pizza thing, I think, is just unfortunately, it's just how the kind of internet slop world works now. Pizza is a hashtag that is always going to get high in some kind of weird AI algorithm. So the AI is just pizza.
Well, Pizzatramp are kings of the. What's it called?
Created a genre.
Pizza thrash.
Yeah. Do you know about this?
No. Here we go.
We haven't. Yeah.
Well, no, because
look like we have is that. There's now a sub-genre, it's suicidal tendencies, and basically it's bands that are influenced by suicidal tendencies. There's a band there called Pizza Death, who we are friends with, they're from Australia, but they're much better. It's like pure.
they are an actual fucking thrash band.
Amazing. They're like a crossover band. They sound like Suicidal Tendencies. But then someone was like, Jim. The first article was called "The New Wave of British Thrash." It was in the Guardian, and I was like laughing, and I was reading it, and I got halfway down, and then it says, "A new UK." You know, it's metal, and we're in the Griffin. And in that, one of the band's name checked as being in the new wave of British thrash. It was Pizzatramp, which fucking dummy. I can play 2 chords. And I was like, we're in. I'll say the article honestly, and I was like, this is mind blowing that we're in this. But then a couple of months later, and it was like some massive American fucking magazine. So I was like, Jim, have you seen this? And it's about a new subgenre of thrash music called pizza thrash, yeah? And in it was like pizza, it was like not suicidal tendencies, municipal waste, pizza death, gamma bomb, and Pizzatramp. And I'm like, I love that it's called pizza thrash because the way the article's framed makes it look like we're the pioneers of the scene.
Pioneers
not, it just happens like
you heard it here first, everyone.
Yeah, we're the
pioneers of pizza thrash, Pizzatramp, on Fuel for My Fire.
Yeah, just reading this article, it like probably blew my mind.
Featured in multiple high-end publishing outlets.
But without any of these people ever listening to us, you can fucking guarantee the Guardian did not listen to us, and neither did. It was like it wasn't Maximum Rock. It was like a big.
It was like Revolver or something.
Yeah, it was fucking. And I was like, what the fuck are we name checked in this for? And it was like Gamma Bomb getting angry that they were being thrown in with it because they were serious political band. I was like, fuck, we're better than Gamma Bomb.
You heard it, shots fired, Gamma Bomb.
But the way I first heard the pizza thrash term was like, the thrash fucking elitists sneering down their noses at the likes of municipal waste. It's party thrash. Like,
which makes you angry when municipal waste were a better thrash band than any of the serious ones.
Yeah.
By a mile.
And you know what? I'll give that. I mean, I'm a huge municipal waste fan. I always have been.
They're incredible. We were at that Bristol gig.
The one with
that was fucking.
The one in the Golden Line.
Yeah.
The secret one. Yeah. I actually have a video from that. It's hilarious. Because I decided, I just as they were coming on stage, it's like, and the guitars are winding up. So, we're municipal waste from Southern California. And where I'm stood, literally just watch this guy go straight up, smashes his head on one of the beams straight away and just gets dropped by the crowd. They haven't even started playing yet. And it's like already some poor guy's just been wiped out on the ceiling.
I think it was Matty Cabbage as well.
It was Matty Cabbage. It was Matty Cabbage.
I've got that on video. You tell Matty Cabbage, I've got that on video.
Yeah, it was Matty Cabbage.
Oh, my municipal waste fucked Matty Cabbage up.
As soon as it,
and he just I've got it on film. His head goes straight into one of those low-hanging beams that they've got in that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
On video.
But that's like, imagine anyone like Gamma Bomb getting angry about being put in with. It's like municipal waste are being pigeonholed into that. Yeah. Like municipal waste. Undoubtedly one of the best thrash crossover bands that have ever existed, and are better than most of the bands. Like, why would you be angry about it? And then look down and go, oh, we're in it. This is amazing. I literally can play 2 chords on a guitar, and we're in with municipal waste.
I love the fact that that's been the callback to the whole podcast as well. It's like, no, sorry, now I can play 2 chords.
Which chords are they?
It's just, I don't know. Because it's dropped.
Well, I mean, one of them's got to be a fucking D, mate.
Like D, in drop D, and just you do one finger on the top there. So one day, just a power chord that moves up and down, and we play it on 4 different notes. So that isn't that's not 5 different chords, is it? It's just moved. And do that one.
Well, it's
fingers like that.
It's different chords. It's just 2 shapes.
2 shapes.
I love the fact what we were just talking about, and then what you've just described is your guitar play skills, and just all of the metal thrash community in the UK that wasn't included in any of these articles is going like face palming, going.
It's brilliant. It says a lot. I think it says a lot about 2 things, like how bad the serious metalheads are and how stupid the general public are.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that's totally fair.
Have I got anyone left I can annoy now? Not really. No, a Gammon Bomb, I haven't got hard enough on that. I think I quite like that.
Do you just call them Gammon Bomb?
should have called that like gammon bomb. I was thinking, I told you the other night, I did know a better name for pizza, and it's Third Degree Gurdons. That was the one.
Third Degree Gurdons.
That's a better name than pizza. And I reckon if we were called Third Degree Gurdons, we'd be above high vis.
No. You wouldn't have been featured now. I'm sorry, the pizza, because otherwise you wouldn't have been in the pizza frat.
That's a complete accident. They've made that up in America, and then because we're happened to call, then they found Pizza Death, who are genuinely, they should be part of it. All their songs are about pizza death or dying by pizza.
Okay.
And they're amazing. Check them.
I need to check this band out. Pizza Death from Australia.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Oh, yeah, everyone, listeners, you heard that here.
Well, I remember I was at home, and like they'd emailed me saying like, "We love your band. We just started this band. Like, we'd love to come over. Let's do some gigs. Pizzatramp versus Pizza Death." I was like, "Yeah."
I love it.
And I was with my partner, and I was like, this band, so we put it on, and I was like, this is fucking amazing. My partner was like, where are they from in Australia? I was like, Melbourne. My partner was like, I lived in Melbourne for 6 months. So goes on the Facebook and went, I went to a leftover, before the leftover crack scene was a cunt. I went to a leftover crack gig in Melbourne, and I didn't know anyone. I seen this cool looking dude and his partner, and I went up and said, can I hang out with you? Got really friendly with them, hung out with them. And it's the dude from fucking Pizza Death. So then, like,
once again,
partner's message.
All punk scenes are incestuous. Everyone knows each other.
The partner's messaging him saying, "Did you just email my boyfriend in South Wales about getting your band with Pizza Trap?" He's like, yeah. They come in. They're in Europe this year.
They're in Europe, but they're not doing the UK.
They're not doing. But we're going to get them over.
So our mates in Jodie Faster are playing with them.
Jodie Faster.
That's a band. That's a fucking band. Yeah, we toured a French band from Lille.
Yeah.
The best fucking hardcore band there is. Like,
Are you guys doing many gigs overseas then coming up?
We're doing.
So we got the pair in Norway this year, but we're hoping to get some more in next year, really.
Well, I look. Do you know what? I'll tell you what it says in our gig list. I don't remember.
Here we go.
I can paraphrase. Met some really nice people.
Oh, have I told you this?
No, it's written in the gig list.
Oh, you've got the gig list. Sorry. Yeah. But what does it mean?
By the way, kids, this is how a band actually works.
What does it mean?
This is how it actually works.
Met some nice people. Maybe go to, I don't know, where is it? Frankfurt?
Have I deleted it? I reckon I deleted it. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong year. Wait there. Saturday, September 12th, maybe Germany, around Munich. Met the Germans, could be really fun. Joe and Simon. That's what it says. But I haven't seen a poster, so I don't know if I've actually
like some
booked it
gay
or not.
holidays I've been on. To go like around the Munich club scene.
Yeah, but I think that like, we
Met
tried.
the Germans, they were nice.
Yeah.
Maybe go to Munich.
I don't. But if you're listening, Joe and who was it?
Simon, I think.
Joe and Simon, if you're listening, get back in touch because I've actually blacked that week out for us to do that, but I don't have any information about the gig.
They might already be in touch. You just probably haven't read the message.
100% of messages. Once this goes live, by the time this goes out, I'm going to have replied to all messages.
Well, don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself.
I know, but because I've made it like some bands like struggling to get gigs and I'm just literally bragging, going, even though we're not that good. Look how funny we are.
Can we get a caption?
Danny, do we have a date
say
on the release of this podcast? Producer Danny, here we go.
13th.
The 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Is that next Friday, Danny? By next Friday, all merch orders will be or message you.
When you're listeing to this,
because
if you're looking to book
realised-
Pizzatramp,
If anyone
will have had a response.
If anyone going
realised-
to Itchfest in Birmingham on the 14th hasn't had their fucking orders, you are setting yourself up for a fool there, laddo.
But if you haven't, let us know on the Friday night and we'll bring it directly to the gig and refund you your postage and packaging.
Wow. There you go. You heard
And
it
I'd
here
like
first.
to apologise for bragging about how shit we are at a band because it's not fair. No, fuck it. I felt a bit bad there. It's like, why did I say
Punk
all
ethos.
that? Like, Why did I say all that? Like, why am I going
Can we get a big caption just scrolling across the screen for that entire spiel just saying, not a guarantee,
But it's
not
so-
a guarantee,
it's so
not a
cool.
guarantee.
It's so cool. What we were just discussing downstairs, isn't
Yeah.
it? What happened is someone taught me the trick where if you hold
Jim,
down.
have you fucked another microphone?
No, that's fine.
If you hold down the message button, it opens it, but no one knows you've opened. Do you know the trick?
I mean, I've turned my WhatsApp thing so it doesn't show blue ticks.
Yes, I
anymore.
hate it.
I love it.
Oh yeah, that's
It's great.
great.
This
Great.
works on Messenger.
Oh, it works on
messages.
Messenger as well.
So now,
But only if you've got an iPhone.
you've got an iPhone. But there's a way of doing it on Samsung. I can't remember what it is. But that's the problem, is that I've got that used to opening them without anyone knowing. I'll open it and go, I'll deal with that later, and don't. So while I'm giving it the big I am, it's not really. It's that I open it, check it, and then forget. And then when I look how many messages I've got on my phone. This is text messages on my phone, unopened, 194.
194 messages.
Yeah, but I have read all of them.
Honestly, so I'm one of the people where a bit of my tism stuff is I can't have any of the red bubbles next to any of my things. I can't do it. Like if it's saying I've got an unchecked thing, I have to then go find it, at a minimum open it just so it doesn't say.
I know, but I've had a battle of the tisms though, where the tism with not dealing with any of my problems has battled the tism with no red shit on my phone. And the not dealing with shit tism has easily won. But my emails, I'm like, fucking emails, I've got to delete all the bullshit ones. But then it's like, that was this way about the band, skip. I signed up for something, it was like called Mandy or something, where you can do, it's like when I was like, I need to get an easier job when I was a postman, and it's like voice, it's got like a recording studio at home, it's like voice work, voice notes and stuff, because I've got like such a lovely
Cool
a Matt Berry voice. So I signed up for it, and I can't, no matter what I fucking do, it's as if like I've tried to block it, but they must use loads of different shit. Right. So I go on and go, I've got 100 emails, but 90 of them
are from this
because I've said I can do a variety of accents I can't do, and it's saying
the most devious bastard in southern Wales.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Hamish Theodore Lucas.
Yeah, well, 18 to 25-year-old Bradford accent. I'm like, I'm in my late 30s and I can do my own accent, and nobody ever knows where I'm fucking from. So fuck that, aren't we? Oh, is that a Bristol accent? I'm from fucking Wales, mate. So that the only I'm like, as long as I clear my email red dot.
Yeah.
Fuck the text message one, and I don't know how to bet the Facebook one. I hide it away, and I've got no notifications of it, so I don't look.
Okay. Do you not get a hold of Pizzatramp on Facebook? I think is the moral
Send an
of
email to pizzatramps@gmail.com or email. His name on Facebook is Dan Lewis, and his photo is him on a drums. That's our drummer, or Lewis Morrissey King. And they will get back to you by messaging me, because I usually reply to them within a week or so. Because I have to sort of check in to say we've got to be somewhere, let's do it.
Oh yeah, by the way, we've got 2 gigs on the same day, one in Brighton, one in Colchester.
That took a week to work out as well.
By comparison, Birmingham and Bristol in one day was a piece of piss.
Yeah, I can imagine actually.
It was for you. I was on my fucking ass.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that you were spewing on your own feet.
Yeah. Got very leery at the first gig. Forgot we had to then come here
and actually do another one. Yeah.
I think we were good, weren't we?
That was the one where
the drunk man kept pushing me over the step.
Yeah.
He'd come from West Wales. He travelled 4 hours on a coach to watch us and said how much he loved us. And we were in the Exchange basement, so we played on the floor on this like the stage behind us. And as soon as we started, he pushed me, and I had no control over it because I had my guitar, and I fell over the step and fell over. So I got back up, and I carried on playing, and he pushed me again, and I fell over, and I stood up. And he pushed me again. I was like, "You can't fucking do this, man." And then
within 3 songs, he was out.
He gets dragged out, and I didn't ask for him to be removed, but somebody had said, "You got to get this dick out."
I mean, he's literally pushing the front person
talent
of the band. He's got the band. He's
been on a 4-hour coach. Is it? You sure this isn't someone that you've like wronged somewhere, like down when you were younger, and he's just going, "Yo, I'm going to do this."
Maybe, maybe.
Well, no, because like we got outside
after. Fucking
but he forgot what he did. They wouldn't let him back in, and someone came over and went, "Jim, man, like he's saying that you'll vouch for him to get him back in." I walked over and was like, "Alright," he went, "He won't let me in." I was like,
"Who are you?"
Down for throwing me repeatedly over on the stage.
Also, who is this guy?
Not only that,
we
were the last band of the night. There was nothing to get back into.
The alcohol. Oh, they've been in the long bar all day.
Okay.
The long bar has a lot to do with that story. They'd never been to Bristol, had gone in the long bar and found out it was like £2 for a pint. Yeah.
So for those of you who think of visiting Bristol, the Long Bar is a very good place, bottom end of our market, if you would like your alcohol on the cheaper end of the spectrum. It's great. I love the Long Bar. do though be prepared that many toothless older men with very strong cider on them are going to want to have very ununderstandable conversations with you about things that you're not
I
quite
was
sure.
wondering where that was going.
There's a lot of
Yeah, when you got to
sleepy
toothless,
characters.
then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And never ever go in the long bar with a pint glass from any other venue and get it filled up.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Always respect
Allegations.
the venue you're meant to be in.
They definitely won't fill it up at their prices, and then you can take it back to the gig venue.
They would not.
They
do
would
that.
never do that, and
They would not.
we should definitely say that's not something you can do at the Long Bar. In
Isn't it
Bristol,
weird
at the
that
bar
I feel
venue.
worse bringing that up than to condone?
Yeah, exactly. I know because let's be real. It's because I love the Exchange as a venue, and I don't.
Oh, well,
want
what I would. Well, you should never. No, you should never. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't fuck the Exchanges are. I was talking about the Exchanges are a brilliant venue. Never fuck.
You've actually reminded me. We actually need to talk about something important.
Oh shit.
The people from the Exchange, obviously, they were originally from the Croft. So, for those of you who don't know, there's a very famous venue in Bristol that was called the Croft. Then got taken over. It was called the Crofters' Rights. And then did a weird thing and kind of just shut down for so-called refurbishments, even though they had a bunch of sold-out gigs.
They had a load of gigs
They had
booked.
a load of gigs booked.
And they didn't even bother to tell the promoters.
They didn't
They
tell
just
the
shut
promoters,
up
they didn't
shop.
tell the bands. They just shut up shop and just called
Thieving
it.
fucker.
For those of you who aren't watching on the video, beer is currently being stolen. But obviously the history of the Exchange down at the bottom of Old Market is that it was a lot of people from the Croft who started
so-
the Exchange.
Yeah,
So, you know what,
thieving
Lewis,
fucker.
actually, you probably know a bit more about this than me. Do you wanna-
I don't know loads about it, but so what I've heard is what's the group called? World Famous Dive Bars,
Right.
Which the people behind the Colosseum, Mother's Ruin,
Oh, it's them! Okay,
and
yeah,
the Crown
yeah.
are teaming up with the guys from the Exchange to bring the Croft back
Right, yeah.
as the Croft.
Yeah.
So yeah.
God, they've got the Greyhound up fish ponds now. as
Yes, yeah, I knew they had one up that way, but I couldn't remember the name.
By
of
the
it.
way, respect to these guys that own. By the way, all these different pubs that we just mentioned, their main thing, they have two main things. One is
Late
4
opening
beers
hours.
for a tenner until 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then also the fact that every single one of their pubs stays open until about 4 a.m.
Yeah,
in
I would
Bristol.
say like, another thing, like when you were saying that, because I was reading about that the other day. I knew the Exchange had a lot to do with reopening the Croft. That imagine that anywhere else. That there's a pub that's going to have gigs on, and some of our clientele will probably go to there at some point. It's more important that venue being open.
Yeah.
And being that venue.
But it's a
then,
huge
oh,
venue,
great!
yeah.
One of our competitors is fucking gone. We will potentially
Right, yeah.
make more money.
We're gonna have the gigs.
Yeah,
and all
what
that
a fucking city that.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
we need that open. It's
No.
important. That's
Because
an
the Croft-
important
I mean,
part
it
of the
was-
scene.
I've seen
the
some
Croft was seminal
fucking
for me for so
silly,
many of-
silly gigs in
Yeah.
there.
It was the first time I ever saw Municipal Waste in like 2010.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Was at the Croft.
Uh,
First
I-
time I ever saw them.
Fuck
When they were
yeah.
first touring like the Art of Partying, that was them.
Really?
Because they all
Yeah.
know Totters, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh
they
yeah.
all know
Oh,
Totters.
yeah.
I know Totters.
You know
'cause
Tot- yeah.
I used to work in pubs in Easton, so obviously I served Totters. So we're mentioning names of people that you guys don't know, I don't care. Anyway,
Yeah, so
He's like a little skinny 18-year-old.
he fucking hates cider. He fucking hates
he hates
cider.
cider.
He really loves
really
craft
thin.
ales.
He
Yeah.
drinks a craft ale.
Yeah.
He's got no real opinions of his own.
No, absolutely none.
But yeah,
Especially
Croft,
about
I saw
music.
some, Croft, I saw some crazy gigs there.
Oh,
like,
mate.
sick of it all in the Croft.
Sick of it all.
Stupid.
I saw Trash Talk in the Croft.
Yeah,
You know, I saw, and then also in bands, I played the Croft a bunch.
yeah.
You know, used to let loads of local bands put on their own all dayers, like loads, and they had the 2 rooms. And
Yeah.
so sometimes what they do, if you're really lucky, and this happened to us a couple of times, we got put on this almost like the B-side all dayer in the small room, while they had a really big gig on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
in the
so
big
you know
room.
that people are going to come in.
Right,
filter in.
because of course they don't bother. Once you've gotten in the door, they don't bother going, what's your ticket for?
Yeah,
is it for the
fucking
main room or is it for the small room? They just started letting people
Yeah.
just kind of wander around. So you're like in some little fucking thrash outfit or grindcore outfit, and you know, like fucking some bigger like hardcore bands playing the main room.
And then suddenly you've got the drummer from like, I don't know, Hang the Bastards is just kind of wandered in to like watch your shit grindcore band like smash their way through 20 minutes of whatever because you're in the other room.
Some of the
What's that like?
I know. Yeah.
some of the punk versus grind stuff in that.
I
that
love
side
that.
stage.
Yes, that's a shark to the beer. That.
I mean, there's one in particular I remember. So it was Two Sick Monkeys,
Shit! What a great band.
the Richard Heads on the punk side,
Yeah.
and there was two grind bands, but I can't remember the second one.
Was it Merciless Precision? Because they were like,
It may well have been Merciless.
they were
because-
Bristol's heavy hitters. Of that
Well, that's the
time,
thing,
yeah.
because the frontman of the Richard Heads and the drummer of Merciless are brothers. So that,
Oh, are they?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
He knows who's been in every band in every genre.
Can't remember that he had a counselling session today. Though.
No.
You're on about the black metal that's going. It was actually.
Yeah.
But no, the other band.
This is black metal Lewis.
Yeah.
The other band on the bill was called Grand Toucher, which I thought was one of the
I remember that.
was one of the best names ever, and I was so disappointed that no, we've changed our name. We're called Human Coal now. I was like, I'm not going to fucking bother watching you anymore.
At principle.
Yeah, like
Even if you loved, you couldn't, could you?
no, like Grand Toucher. It was the best grindcore name ever.
We was having this the other day with that Tesco Chainsaw Massacre. They're fucking not a grindcore band. They're shit. Like, you shouldn't fucking take that band name. Man.
No. Yeah.
Like, who the fuck?
Needs to
They
be a
should
much
be, that's a
heavier band.
crime.
Yeah.
It's like,
Anyway, I've always said one day I want to start a grindcore tribute to Twisted Sister called Fisted Sister.
Have you got him on Facebook? He's got millions of these. He does
Okay,
this every-
I'm here with you, Lewis. You want to start any of these projects? You just hit me up. I'm ready for the hyper pop. I'm ready for the porn grind Twisted Sister tribute band. Like, let's do it.
With regards to Crot, I did share some very important information about the toilet situation as well. They're fucking sorting it out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking spiral staircase.
So for the listeners, sorry,
Is that
just
allowed?
let me just
Again,
do a quick explainer to because people are actually hopefully listening to this. Basically, when it got switched to Crofters' rights, they did a whole do-up of the venue. They got rid of the second room, which was really
made
sad.
one room,
made it one
terrible
room.
toilet. Like.
And then they have this, I'm not joking, like this death spiral of a staircase. I am 5'5" on a good day. I was hitting my head against the ceiling trying to get down into this like spiral staircase.
It is a
that leads
really
down.
like tight spiral.
If you've had more than like 4 pints, the whole thing just becomes a bit of a nightmare.
I did think about it though, the first time I saw it. Like, is this how they're gauging? You know,
you are a big man, Lewis. You are a rugby prop kind of. Figure of a person.
So my
How are
PE
you getting
teachers
down that
would
staircase?
claim with difficulty. Like, like arms touching both sides of the staircase.
Yeah.
But
You could imagine that some of the people like I'm not going to the gig in there because I just cannot go to the fucking toilet.
It's
But yeah, like I did
and
wonder.
they're
Like,
metal,
it's wrought iron or cast iron or
the
whatever.
actual
But like,
steps are metal, like they're all like.
I did think, is that their way of gauging? That person stacked it down the stairs. We're not serving
That
them
person's
anymore.
broken their neck falling down an entire spiral staircase because someone else spilled their cider on it.
That guy's made it down all right. He's all right. He can still get served.
They kicked me at a Journey Faster in there last time, and I could still get down them stairs.
What at the Crofters' Rise?
Yep.
What did you do to warrant being
What
kicked
you
out
in
there?
there? They kicked me out and they made me drink 2 pints of water before I was allowed back in to only drink water. I was just drunk, but when I'm drunk, I was.
I thought you were just going to say they made me drink 2 pints of water before they would allow me out.
No, drink more water. I was like, you have to let me in because Dan was in there. I was sitting at Dan's house. I was like, you have to let me back in. I can't go anywhere else. I'm not. Well, you're too drunk. I'm not too drunk. I'm never too drunk, am I? I'm like good at when I'm drunk, and I just always look more drunk than I am.
You should just eat on the Welsh thing though. It's like, I'm not drunk, I'm just Welsh and you're not used
to it. Yeah. But it is very good to sort them toilets out. It's like
They got it, because I don't know why they put
get
them
to them toilets.
I don't know why they put them in the basement. No, it's okay. So I guess kind of finally to finish off, and sorry, the main, I actually forgot to make the point I was going to make about the
they're having fundraisers and stuff to try and reopen it. The Croft is a really important venue to Bristol, as you just heard us discuss ad nauseum about how great it is and how much we love it. And having that venue reopen, I think, is going to be a big boon to all scene, punk, metal, don't matter, like indie, rock, whatever the fuck. Like, it's a big deal. So, if you care about the Bristol scene at all, you know, this is something to genuinely look at. And if you've got a bit of spare Skrilla in your pocket, you know, obviously I know times are hard and everything, but I don't know, throw them a tenner, throw them 20 quid or something if you can, because I think getting it reopened again is going to be interesting. And if it is those guys, like you said, the Crown and Mother's Room,
I believe it is, yeah.
Then, for all we know, it's going to stay open until 4 a.m. So, you know, it's going to make it a lot more fun. But to finish off, I guess, guys, you know, obviously we've got you guys on, you know, Pizzatramp are here, like, what is, even though obviously we've kind of discussed it already, but Pizzatramp are going to break up every other year, what is the future for Pizzatramp?
Probably break up tomorrow, is it?
Well, you know, I think I'll probably get sacked on stage another sort of half dozen times for the rest of the year.
I would imagine we'll just carry on playing exactly the same venues, to exactly the same. Well, we might play the Croft now.
Well, yeah.
Still to the same people, though.
To the same people.
Yeah.
I am hoping to book us in the Croft next year when the Murderburgers are on their comeback tour.
Yeah, that'd be really good. One of our favourite bands are back together, so we'll love to play with them. Yeah. Yeah.
Are they called something Murderburgers?
The Murderburgers.
You can be like fast food metal.
Oh, we've done this. I made a fake album cover years ago of Pizzatramp, the Murderburgers, the Kimberley Steaks, and Aerial Salad. And they didn't all go for it. That would have been the best. It was called, it was like the old Fat Records albums. It was called like Short Music for Short People, and it would be like really short songs. I was like, we do fast food music. No, I can't remember what it was called. It was a better title than that. Whatever the title was, but the bands didn't all go for it. I was like,
the first time I saw the Kimberley Steaks, they were on tour with the Murderburgers. And they called that the Cheap Meat Tour.
Yeah. Well, we played Nottingham with the Kimberley Steaks and the Murderburgers, but Aerial Salad, maybe Aerial Salad don't count actually, do they? Because it's salad.
Well, McDonald's serve salads.
Yeah, but no one's ever bought them.
That's true. That's probably a fair thought, yeah.
But yeah, we're just going to carry on, probably for like 20, 25 more years, playing in the Chelsea, I'd imagine.
I like it.
We'll get carried on the stage.
From both of you, though, obviously with your years of experience kind of in this, and yeah, this might be a somewhat, I guess, heavier question to end on to a certain extent, but for the newer generation coming up, like genuinely, like, you know, want to get into punk, maybe they're into punk, whatever, they're looking at bands, obviously we made a lot of jokes about like, oh, no, you know, you're going to start a band and all this. What would genuinely be, like, because you guys have a wealth of experience between you, you know, the years that you guys have played in bands, played in Pizzatramp itself, you know, you guys are really well known in the scenes that you're known in and stuff. What would actually be your kind of advice to, like, the younger generation in these very troubled times, like, that want to kind of get into making this kind of music and kind of getting that?
Yeah, well, I would just, like, if that... Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be like I wanted to be in a hardcore punk band and do what we sort of do. Yeah. But like, you've just got to do it and have fun. I know that's probably a cliche answer in it, but like you said earlier, if you're going, I want to be in this band to get to this place, you're fucked already, aren't you? You don't know what's going to happen,
right? Unless
you've got some ultimate. Yeah. It might be like people, but not better than us, like more savvy than us, who've got a master plan. What we need to get. Booking agent and a manager. No, actually, like what you should probably do is just be in a band playing the music that you want to play,
right? And
then just play it and have fun. And like, you know, I see this thing like this joke. You know, you're getting paid in exposure when you're not getting paid for it. Yeah, I get that. Like, you know, all these fucking cover bands who seem entitled and think that because they're real musicians, they should be getting paid £500 a gig because they've spent 4 hours of
their day. Bands on blast. You're all on blast.
Yeah, I mean, the entire concept of fake festivals where the entire rundown is just tribute acts to...
Right, yeah.
Just remember, like, just seeing this thing, like, saying, you know, we're, like, whatever page was on Facebook, we're real musicians, it's a joke they're trying to play. So, actually, mate, what you're doing is playing Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire, like in a pub to 500 people and they're paying you 500 quid, you fucking cunt. Like maybe you should be happy that you could do that, couldn't you? 3 nights a weekend, and that would be a full-time job actually. So stop fucking moaning about it. But then if you like fucking love punk or you love metal or you love tech, whatever you want to do, you should just be making the exact music you want, not going, oh, this is what we need to sound like or do. No, you don't. Right. No, you don't. You just need to like go. This
sound
is
like yourself.
Music. Yeah. Oh, I like 80s hardcore punk, and I also like it when the lyrics are a bit funnier. So we're gonna do a band that sounds like that, and then if anyone likes it, they like it, and if they don't, I don't really give a fuck. Like I'm just gonna do.
They'll probably end up being your bass player.
Yeah, they'll probably be a bass player, and then like
punk ethos.
And then what's gonna happen? Like you're gonna have loads of fun, even if you play to like 10. Like we played to like 5 people for years and years, and then got a bit better. But I never fucking cared. We was playing to 5 people. I thought it was great. Yeah. Like it made me less fucking anxious than when there was loads of people expecting you to be a good band, and everyone's like, "This shit, oh, let's not bother." So now it's like whatever, like got some like reputation of being a good band. Going, oh, people expect something of us now. Oh, what have I got? I've gone started moaning again. Yeah, no. Just. If you like punk music, just start a punk band and just play whatever you like playing with your mates. Do it with people that you like. Don't go, oh, we need to get him because he's a better drummer or him because he's a better guitarist. Just get in a band with your mates and then just practice now and again. Just say
rarely now and again.
Now and again.
The main thing is being in a band with people you like. Like if you're not, it's not gonna fucking work.
It's not, is it? And like if you're trying to like. Or that band's saying like this, or what we need to do is sing like that, to be like that. No, because they're doing their thing.
They already sound like
and
that.
And everyone knows you're a fucking fraud if you're doing it. And not the name. We call them all undercover cops. Any bands, usually ska bands, by the way. any bands in the punk scene, you can tell they're trying to like make it bigger. Like they're undercover cops, aren't they? Why are they doing it? You just have to.
MI5 sent the ska in again.
That's a song title.
Yeah, MI5 sent the ska in.
That's a
you can
good
have that one. That was for free. I like that.
Yeah, I think you just have to do it. Like, well, that thing in it, I was like from the 70s punk, whatever sniffing glue or whatever it's called. And they printed like a D, an A and a G chord or whatever it was. I went, here's 3 chords, and they start a band. It's still fucking right, like, innit?
Yeah.
Like, all else is 3 chords. You just get 3 chords and you shout over it. And don't let anyone tell you can't do it, because actually you can do it.
Yeah.
You can actually just do it, yeah.
Like,
if it's making you happy, that's the core fucking...
Oh, well, that's it, isn't it? You don't want to ever be in a band where you're trying to play something because it's now cool and people like it. You just go... I really like Nirvana, so I'm going to start a band that sounds like Nirvana. And then even if everyone goes, you sound like Nirvana, it doesn't really matter,
that's the
because
point,
you
mate.
like Nirvana and you wanted to sound like Nirvana and be in a band like Nirvana, you've already achieved it. And then eventually everyone will forget who Nirvana are, and you might be a famous band that sound like Nirvana then. And then I'll come along.
So I thought you were going to go onto a Dave Grohl thing there, mate.
I wouldn't do that, not on this podcast.
There goes my hero.
Best thing he ever did was cheating on his wife.
Hey!
Rock and roll thing he ever did, wasn't it? Yeah, but just have fun, kids.
Have fun, kids.
Playing the Griffin, playing the Croft.
And that, I think, is a good message to end this episode 22.
Yeah, I got it right.
Hey!
I am so, honestly, guys, it's been so much fun talking to you both. Like, genuinely, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thanks for having us.
And yeah, go and listen. You've got splits, you've got albums. These guys are playing all the time. Pizzatramp forever. Absolutely love it. You will not get responded to. You will not be sent your merch. We've been Fuel for My Fire podcast.
And if you do turn up to a gig, you're gonna get a load of verbal abuse off the pair of us.
And if you come up to the merch stand and go, give me fuel, give me fire, they've given out which I desire podcast. We'll give you £5 off a t-shirt.
You heard it here first. We'll see you in the pits. Yeah.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.